The process bar is a simple graphical way to show your customer interaction status within your business process. For example, in a single view, you can tell who is the assigned sales rep and the status on 9 different processes and what's missing. The process bar is divided into 9 processes. Each displays different features and information, but all of them share a common design and logic. A. The processor module title. B. A blue indicator where the title is to show you which module you're currently working on. For example, if you're currently working on the order module, the blue indicator will be displayed on the order module process bar. C. A ring encircling the graphic that represents the module. This ring will display different colors on each process depending on the status. As a rule of thumb, it will display white when the process is not yet available or it's not active for the current customer process. Red to indicate that you have something to take care of. Green when everything is okay but further interaction is required. And a blue ring will indicate the process has been completely fulfilled and no more interaction is needed. A full description per module will be given. D. On the top of the colored ring, a descriptive status will indicate the process status in words. E. Name of the sales rep assigned to the customer. F. Client name. G. Client ID. Quote. Now on the quote process bar, you'll find the quote number and the estimate number if the latter is not an invoice. The ring will display red in pending status when the status of the quote is pending. Orange in follow-up status when the status of the quote is to follow up. Green in normal status when the status is normal, meaning the client has received the quote and there's no need to follow up, though it's not yet a done deal. Blue and confirmed status when the quote is confirmed, meaning that client will do business with you. Black and canceled status when the status is canceled. Note that all other processes will be inactive until a contract is authorized. Contract forms part of the quote module, and it's used as a simple authorization process to confirm the agreement with the client. It's a key process because here the accounts receivables, orders, and CRM modules will become active. A contract number will be assigned, and it's this number that will become the main identifier for this specific process. Note that a single client can have multiple contracts and processes. The invoice number will be under the contract process bar when assigned. The ring will display red in pending status when the contract is pending for authorization, blue in authorized status when the contract is authorized, black in voided status when the contract is voided. Accounts receivable. The accounts receivable ring will display red and due status when a payment is past due, meaning that the payment was not received or captured on the agreed date. This is a clear indicator that a client owes you. Green in normal status indicates that the client is up to date on his payments. Green also means that the client has not yet paid 100% of the total amount. If a client misses a payment, the status will change to red and due. Blue in paid status, when a client has paid the total amount or 100% of the contract. Orders. Now the orders ring will display red in pending status when no action has been taken. Orange in incomplete status when something's missing in the process. It could be that inventory is missing for a product and can't be captured, or a purchase order has not yet been sent. Green in complete status when all products have been captured and/or marked as delivered or service provided. Blue in closed status when all product has been marked as delivered or service provided and clicking on the close order to close the order. Requisitions. Now the requisition ring will display red in pending status when requisition has not been authorized. Green in authorized status when requisition has been authorized and sent to purchase order. And black in rejected status when at least one PO line has been rejected on the purchase order module. Purchase orders. Purchase orders will show the ring and a list of all suppliers that have been assigned to the purchase order. The purchase order module will initiate processes accounts payable and inventory. The ring will display red in pending status when one or more POs are pending to be authorized. Blue in authorized status when all lines have been authorized for all suppliers. Black in rejected when a line on the PO has been rejected and returned for correction. Beside the supplier ID, a small box will show a color indicating the specific status for the supplier. red, when one or more lines assigned to that supplier have not been authorized, and blue when all lines for the assigned supplier have been authorized. Accounts Payable. Accounts Payable will show the ring and a list of all supplier IDs that have been assigned to the purchase order. The ring will display red in pending status when no action has been taken on accounts payable and no program payments have been entered. Red in due status when a payment is past due, meaning that the payment was not sent or captured on the agreed date. This is a clear indicator that you haven't paid your supplier. Green in normal status indicates that you're up to date on supplier payments. Green also means that you haven't paid 100% of the total amount. If you miss a payment, the status will change to red in due. Blue in paid status when the supplier has received the full amount of the purchase order or 100% of the total amount. Beside the supplier ID, a small box will show a color indicating the specific status for the supplier. Red when payment is past due, and blue when it's fully paid. Inventory. Now, in addition to the ring, inventory will also show a list of all supplier IDs that have been assigned to the purchase order. The ring will display red in pending status when no action has been taken on inventory and/or the goods have not been captured as received for one or more suppliers. Blue in good received status when goods for all suppliers have been received and marked as received. Beside the supplier ID, a small box will show a color indicating the specific status for the supplier. Red for goods not received and blue when goods have been received. CRM. CRM will display red and pending status when no assessment has been applied to the customer for the specific contract. Blue and completed status when at least one assessment has been applied. As you can see, the process bar is a very useful feature. Remember that you can navigate it just by clicking on the desired process. You can as well simply display any customer process by clicking on the contract number or client name assigned to the quote or contract.